I'm Xavier right here on Nash Community College's campus. And after doing all the things that you guys seen me do over the course of the last couple of episodes, I decided I was hungry. So I walked over here and Chef Frank's gonna help me make a very delicious meal. Get a hold of this two-part episode where we get to eat. This is Craft Cooking. Preparing food is so much more than throwing your meat and veggies in the stove and hearing that sweet sizzling sound. Chefs have to go to school to learn proper safety techniques, the right utensils to use, and so much more. These are the hands that feed the world, all while making it taste oh so good. Today, I'm in Nash Community College's Culinary Kitchen with Chef Frank. He has well over a decade of cooking experience, official and non-official. So, let's get into it. Hey, beside me is Chef Frank from Nash Community College. We are currently in the Nash Community College Culinary Kitchen. Hey Frank, how are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you doing today?
Good. What are we going to be doing today?
We're going to do a real quick meal. This is my summertime go-to. It's a Thai-inspired grilled chicken with rice and some marinated vegetables. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to teach you a couple of skills that we do here at Nash Community. We teach the students at Nash Community College.
Okay. All right. I'm all for it. I love some food.
Well, then you came to the right place because we're going to cook some food. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to prep our vegetables so that we can go ahead and get those set aside. One of the first things that I try to teach our students is called mise en place. Mise en place simply means everything in its place. So what I did is I did my mise en place for you. Okay. So to make your life easier. So we're going to practice just a couple of basic cuts. I don't want to get real crazy with you, but it's a skill set that we use every day. Right up there with reading and understanding a recipe and making sure that you don't burn yourself on this stuff. Right? So the first thing we're going to do today, we're going to cut an onion. Okay. All right? So if you pay attention to an onion, and they should be paid attention to because they're very complicated. Okay. There's a root side, stem side, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it all the way through. But the first thing you need to do is learn how to hold a knife, right? So what I generally tell people to do is to take their thumb and their forefinger, grasp the blade, and then use their three fingers to hold it that way. That gives you nice control. But if you're not comfortable doing that, if you're more comfortable holding it like this, I'm okay with that as well. The only thing I don't like to see is people that put their fingers on the top, because then it wiggles, and wiggles is no good. Yeah, we like our fingers. Right. All right, so with your second hand's going to be your guide hand, right? Okay. That's the one that we're going to use to hold things steady and use it to measure our cuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my guide hand and I'm going to go right in between it and cut it from the root to the stem. Okay. Just like that.
Let's see.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
There we go. All right.
All right. So now we're going to peel the onion paper off, or the skin. And people always go, well, how far do you go? You go as far as you got to go.
As far as you got to go.
Right.
Do you do a lot of cooking at home?
I cook a lot, yes. I cook everything. My wife, who is a beautiful woman, been married for a long, long time. I didn't marry for her cooking.
Yeah. All right. So what are we doing now?
All right. So we have two onions, or two halves. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you two different ways to cut it, right? So the first thing I'm going to want to do with this one, I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to make a C, all right? I'm going to place it right there on top, and I'm going to cut the stem off, and then I'm going to cut the root off.
All right,
let's clean up your onion just a little bit. Onions are cheap, fingers aren't.
I got a dirty onion.
There you go. There we go. That looks better. I can work with that. All right. So you notice on this onion, you see these lines on it. Okay. Those lines are usually what you want to cut between. Those are that way you can kind of keep the cells together on the onion. So I see a lot of people cut the onion this way. That's perfectly acceptable if you're going to keep the onion raw. But if you're going to cook the onion, what you want to do is you want to cut it lengthwise. That way it doesn't release all its liquid at once and it doesn't shrivel and get ugly, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand once again. I'm going to make that C, and I'm just going to try to follow along those lines. I'm going to go nice and slow. go. All right, so when I get to here, it is no longer a stable onion. See, it wiggles?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flop it down on its side. Okay, watch your thumb. Your thumb thinks it's smarter than you, and it wants to help. So it'll work its way over there to try to help you out, and that's usually what gets clipped.
Okay, I like my thumb.
Yep.
Need my thumb.
Okay, a little bit more. All right.
All right, so what's next?
Next, let's do a green onion.
Okay.
Okay. So these are my green onions, and they're clean. We're gonna do this on an Asian bias. What that means is we're gonna cut it at an angle.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you 2. I'm gonna take 2. They've been, when you wash your green onions too, generally what I tell people to do is make sure you get down in the tube. They grow in sandy soil, so a lot of times sand will actually work its way down there. So I try to get it nice and clean, because nobody likes sand in their food, right?
No.
Okay, so same thing. This is where it grew in the ground. This is where it grew up, right? All right, get back over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work at an angle, okay? So I'm gonna cut the root off.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to do one at a time, it will be okay.
At an angle?
Yeah, just cut it at an angle.
Okay.
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 So now what you're going to do, you're going to keep that tip down. We're going to keep that hand in a C position, right? And we're just going to follow the angle we originally cut. So we'll chop, chop, chop. And we'll just walk our way all the way through. So this is where, hold on just a second. So this is where using your hand as a guide comes in handy. So I can use my fingers and I can measure out what I want to cut. If I want to cut big, I can pull them back and cut big. If I want to cut little, I can get right up on it.
They put these in loaded baked potato soup.
There, you can put it, yes, or egg drop soup, or look, green onions are good on anything.
And they don't taste half bad.
That's what I'm saying.
So, with you cooking for almost 10 years, what is one of the most memorable things that you've made?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've done it like, there's always something that sits out. We did a, last Christmas, we did a porchetta, which is where you take a pork belly and you stuff it with herbs and garlic and salt, and then you put a pork loin in it, and then you roll it up nice and tight, and you score the skin and you put it in, and it comes out, and it comes out this giant roll of pork that's crispy on the outside and soft and juicy on the inside. That was really fun. I enjoyed that one.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure you do all the cooking for holidays for your family?
I wrestled it away from my mother, finally. It took a while. It took one turkey, to be honest. My mom is one of those people that when she was younger, they would buy a frozen turkey, they would put it in the sink overnight, and then in the morning they would take it and she would literally cook it to death. And I knew there had to be a better way, so I said, can I do it? She said yes, and after that, things just went on from there.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, if you'll just put that over there. So you've done pretty good with your knife skills. Once again, practice will make it perfect. Right.
We'll go home and practice.
So I'm going to show you the mandolin. It makes life a lot easier. It will make you a little nervous. It makes me nervous. That's a good thing. Everybody should be nervous around the mandolin. It makes us pay attention. So we're going to do some cucumbers real quick. What I want to do though is I want to make my cucumbers look pretty. So I'm going to take my peeler and I'm just going to peel like 4 strips. Well, that one didn't come off. There we go. There we go.
And we're just doing 4 strips?
Yeah, just 4 or 5. What do you feel?
4.
There you go.
4 is a good number to me.
4 is a good number.
All right, got my 4 strips.
And that's just to make it pretty. It also does help the sauce that we're going to put it in kind of penetrate the cucumber quickly, because we're not really making a pickle. It's more just a marinated cucumber.
Fun fact.
I can't wait.
I realized about 3 months ago that cucumbers and pickles are the same exact thing.
I weep for you.
I did not know. I made it 26 years. Made it 26 years and nobody told me. 26, nobody told me.
So just playing devil's advocate, what did you think they were?
I thought they were two separate things.
Fair enough.
I thought they were two separate things. I thought a cucumber was a cucumber and a pickle was a pickle. Not both of them. It was a pickled cucumber.
So you had to go to the pickle tree.
You had to do something.
Right. All right. So I'm going to demonstrate, and then I'm going to have you try it.
Okay.
It's really not good with a cucumber. It works great with a potato, but we're not going to be cooking potatoes today, so I'm going to take the guard off.
Okay.
All right. Now, once again, cucumbers are abundant and cheap. Fingers are not.
Okay.
You only got 10, and they won't give you another one.
Okay.
Right? So when you get down to where you feel uncomfortable cutting the cucumber, just stop. Right?
Okay.
That's a snack. We get to put a little salt on the end of it, and we'll eat it. All right.
Later.
So I'm going to take the cucumber.
Oh, that's simple.
All right. So let's check how thick it is. That's pretty good for like a quick marinated cucumber, right?
Okay. Pretty simple.
Now I'm getting into what I like to call the danger zone, right? So I'm going to slow down. And that's about as far as I'm going to go.
Okay.
All right? So I'm going to pull these out of the way, put them in my bowl, and I'm going to let you give it a whirl.
Okay. Take my cucumber.
Take your cucumber. Oh, let me get that.
And just up and down, right?
Up and down. There you go. Watch your finger. There you go. Always try to keep your fingers as far away. That's the only way I can guarantee that you won't cut your finger is if you don't put it near a blade. All right. So now you're getting towards the end, so slow down a little bit and take a little time.
I also have to handle it right.
I'm not paying you by the hour, so everything's going to be okay. All right. That's probably good right there.
All right.
Okay, let's do another one.
All right.
So now we need to make a real quick, fast marinade for our chicken.
Okay.
Usually we want to let it sit for at least an hour, but this marinade is it's really pungent and it works really well. So I can do this in the beginning, and by the time I've got everything cut and everything started, I'm usually ready to go ahead and thread it on the skewer.
Okay.
So if you reach over there, you see that red paste?
Red paste.
Red paste. That's tomato paste.
Tomato.
There are spoons in that container right there. There you go.
Spoon?
Okay. Oh, I know how to do this.
Okay. All right.
You do the work.
All right.
I tell you what to do.
All right. So what am I doing?
All right. So scrape it into the bowl. So tomato paste is full of glutamate. Glutamate actually excites the electrons in your salivary glands. So it makes things taste tastier, like monosodium glutamate, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I have a container right here. If you will just use that to put your dirty spoons in so we can keep everything nice and purty.
All right.
All right. So the next one you want to do, you see that brown sauce? Give it a whisk. Just smell it. Just put it up to your nose.
Smells like dog food.
All right, that's fish sauce. So usually what it is, it's a fermented fish. It's usually anchovies. It's salted and pressed, and then it just sits until it gets like that.
Okay.
That one is squid, though, because I like you.
Okay.
All right, if you pour that in.
It smells like dog food. So I'm not going to lie.
I'll take that right there.
All right.
Pew. All right, so the next one you should have, let me see, that's sugar. A little bit of sugar.
Sugar.
Okay.
Now, does it matter in what order you put this stuff in?
Not necessarily. Hold off on that one, though, and I'll explain why in a minute. I'll just tell you it doesn't matter, and then it matters. But I'll tell you why. So grab the next one. This should be your paste. This is a ginger and a lemongrass. Okay. Lemongrass is also known around here as citronella.
Okay.
Right? It's good to keep the mosquitoes away. All right, so there's your garlic paste. Go ahead and add your garlic paste in there.
Okay.
All right.
Get all that in there.
What else we got over there?
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Let's go ahead. You've got to have salt and pepper. Once again, non-negotiables.
Religious.
Right?
Now,
all right. So we're going to put a little bit of lime juice in it. I have a juicer. Did I not bring the juicer?
Juicer. No juicer.
Give me 2 seconds. All right, get you a juicer. So I went ahead and I cut a lime here. So when you're using a juicer, you really go like, well, I should put it this way, right? Because it's got the hump there and you want to go there. That you're not going to get all the juice out of it. I tell everybody to do it what you would intuitively think backwards, right? So go ahead and squeeze that in the bowl.
All right. Juicing. Now, how important is measurements when cooking? Because I, in what we call, listen to the ancestors. So when the ancestors say stop,
hit it again there.
When the ancestors say stop, it's typically when I stop seasoning. But how important is it to measure out everything?
Okay, that's a good question. So here's what I tell people. If cooking is an art, baking is a science, right? So you can blur your lines a little bit in cooking. It's not necessary that you have everything 100% measured out. I tell everybody, the first time you make a recipe though, follow it to a T.
Okay.
Right? That way you know exactly how it's supposed to taste. The second time you make it, then you can start blurring your lines a little bit. The third time you make it your own. Okay. All right. I do like the follow your ancestors theory.
Follow the ancestors.
But sometimes that it's easier to add than take away. Right? So if you're trying to put your foot in it and you end up putting your whole leg in it, then where do you go from there?
That's very
right.
true.
Okay. The reason why I had you hold off on the oil is because we may not need all that oil, right?
Okay.
So what I want you to do is I want you to take the whisk and go ahead and mix everything together.
All right.
So you've got an acid, right? The acid will help denature the proteins, and it will help. It'll help the marinade go into the meat. We've got aromatics. We've got garlic, lemongrass, ginger, right? That's going to add a nice smell to it.
And it does smell good.
Oh yeah. All right. So I went ahead. These are boneless, skinless thighs.
All right.
I like thighs because you can abuse them a little bit, and they tend to hold up a lot better than a chicken breast. A chicken breast will go from done to overdone in 3 seconds. Okay. Kind of like a fish, because they're so lean. There's not a lot of fat in it. Where the thigh has some fat in it, if you tend to let them go a little over temp, they hold up together. And if we're cooking on the grill, there's a possibility that it might go over temp. So this way we'll kind of build ourselves a buffer, right? Okay. So I've got a chicken thigh. I'm gonna reach in there and grab a couple because I'm gonna do the work, and you're gonna help, right? And I just want to cut these. Actually, kind of are pre-cut a little bit. I want to cut about a plug. That's about an inch. That's what I'm looking for, right? So I'm going to take my knife. If I find these little tendons and things like this, I want to clean it off because they just don't taste good. They're a silver skin. They tend to shrivel and get hard when they cook. So I'm going to cut that off. So I'm just going to cut them into little squares like that. I'm going to toss them into the sauce. So if you want to grab a couple of chicken thighs. Like I said, these came pre-cut. See, there you found one.
I found
I knew you would.
Heavy one. Would be just my luck. So how am I cutting this into
Oh, that's
squares?
a great question. So let me come around here and I will show you what I would do if it were me.
Okay.
Okay? So this is where the bone lays, right? So if you were a thigh, that's what it would look like, right? Usually there is a fat line that runs through there. I tend to follow that fat line, okay? So now I have two pieces, right? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come right through and cut that one in half, and then I would cut this one. Felt like there might be a little bit of cartilage on that. See that cartilage right there? So I'm gonna cut that out, right? Because that just doesn't taste good. And then we cut that. That's a good piece right there. And then that would be a good piece right there. Okay? Because we're going to thread it on a skewer. It's okay if it's a little big because we can bend it around and curve it.
Okay. All right.
Behind you sharp. And as you cut it, you can just throw it in your marinade.
That part is fine. This part is cartilage.
Let me see. So that looks like fat. That's just fat. So same thing though. I tend, once again, so it's going to go on the grill, and because it's such a violent place to be, I would suggest leaving that fat on.
Okay.
It'll help kind of protect the meat, because as the fat cooks it'll baste the meat.
Okay.
If I was worrying about, like, if I was going to cook it in the oven or something like that, it would get chewy and I wouldn't like it.
Okay.
However, I would cut that little piece off right there and that little piece off right there.